I seen the Korean girl who long. So he just.
Because I'd hate to let you miss how I'll...
Yes. Oh, wait, that was cool.
Am I on the right scene? Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those in between. We are back with some more F1. Thank you very much, King, for the subscription there, my friend. It is very sad news about Ahmad, the passing of his mother. I don't think we'll see him in action for Brighton now. Sad news to anyone who's got him in the FPL, because I'd imagine he'd be on compassionate leave for at least a couple of days. But here we are again. How many more races have we got now? 1, 2, that's today. So after today we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blocks. And another sprint. So call it 7, 8 days. So I'm hoping by the end of next week this should be done, as long as I go live every day, which I do plan to, just to get it finished. One thing I do need to do, if anything, is move this cushion, because this is not in the right place. Not supporting my head. I have a fatal accident. Boolies. Back on. Bosh. Right. We've got races to do. We've got a race weekend this weekend. The Zandvoort in the Dutch Grand Prix. Very close. Practice 1 and practice 2 today. Between the McLaren, the Mercedes and the Red Bull. I'd say it's anyone's game, really. I'd say Ferrari now are out of the contention. They do not look like they have got pace at all today. But you never know what can happen on a Saturday. Interesting conversation from Max Verstappen in the presser. He was it's his 200th race Grand Prix already. He's only, what, 20... When did he come into the sport? He was... Well, I don't know how old Max Verstappen is, actually. I'm tempted to say he's 27, 26, 27. He's already done 200 Grand Prix. He's crazy. He is 26. So, oh, he'll be 27 this year. 30th of September. And he'd be his 200th Grand Prix. And one of the interviewers said, do you see yourself being here in another 200? Which wouldn't be that long, really, given that we've got now, what, 24 races on the calendar? What's 200 divided by 24? Would that be about 7 or 8 seasons, I'd say? Just about, maybe. I don't know how good my maths is. 200 divided by 24, 8. So 8, basically 8 and a bit seasons. And he said, no way. He says he thinks he's way past the middle of his career. He thinks he's over halfway in his career. And honestly, people always think about what's going to happen after his Red Bull contract. I think that's up at the end of 2028. Personally, I think he'll win the championship this year. If it came to next year and his car wasn't the quickest, new regulations come in 2026 and Red Bull don't get it right, I think he'd go. I think he'd go at 29, because I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to sit around like Alonso or like Hamilton or like Kimi or like Vettel. I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's going to be a guy that's sitting around trundling around at the back. He says he doesn't care about he's on the top still. I think he'd get frustrated. 2 years not at the top, he'd get frustrated, and I think he'd just go. And it'd be a shame to lose him. It would be a shame to lose him, because as much as I'm not his biggest fan, I'm certainly not going to, you know, disrespect his talent. He's a fucking good driver. Unfortunately, he's in a toxic team where whenever that team seems to be winning, they seem to be the villain team. They were the villain team for 4 years when Vettel was world champion, and they've been a villain team for 4 years when Verstappen is champion. And you know, at the time you got to start thinking, well, it's not the character that's causing the problem, then, is it? It's the team. And I do think Red Bull is a toxic team, and I think the sport would be in a much better place if they weren't in it. Because they've got no idea about racing, no idea about racing pedigree, and I never really see them fitting on the F1 grid. I think Christian Horner's ego is. I'm actually surprised he fits in his front door, and I think the rest of a lot of their staff at the team are disgusting. But there we go. Nevertheless, on we go. In fact, they would be, I think, the only team. Well, yeah, the only team I think that are on the grid that I can think of. Just thinking. Them and RB that have no racing pedigree at all. Ferrari racing pedigree or motoring history. Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston, McLaren, Aston Martin, Sauber-ish. Well, Sauber have got racing history. They've been in the sport for years. Who else is up there? Williams. I've forgotten a team. Haas and Alpine. They all have well, Alpine not Alpine's a closed brand, but they do make Alpine, or is Alpine a I don't know. Maybe I've got. No, I don't think they are. They make Alpine have made cars, but they're not. They've done racing Alpine. It's just Red Bull that come into sport with none of it, and I think that goes to show. But there we go. What did I know? Anyway, let's go on then. Enough of the chit chat. Here we are. A day closer to FC25. Very much looking forward to that. Orgasmically looking forward to that. And brand new challenge for me, which is going to be interesting to see how we do. But I'm going to try and keep my motivation. I think it will help me keep my motivation. I'll say this every day. I think it will help me keep my motivation. One thing I am going to do before, so I remember and don't have a problem like I did last night, change the parts. We don't talk about yesterday too much. Monaco was an absolute disaster where we tactically retired from the race, but we did pull it back in Canada and we got the win, and Alonso was an absolute prat and made a massive mistake. So the points he gained at us in Monaco, we were lucky to claw back some of those in Canada, and we were also lucky that Max Verstappen had a mechanical DNF in the Red Bull. And to be honest, I probably would have retired from the Monaco Grand Prix anyway. Because I restarted about 15 times a start, so it wasn't really fair. Still not sure yet which RTG I'm going to run on the main account, because if the FC points at the start and cards I can get to use or sell. Huh? Maybe I've read that right. Still not sure yet which RTG I'm going to run on the main account, because if the FC points at the start, because of the FC points at the start and cards I can get to use or sell. Well, that's going to be a big thing for anything, isn't it, really? Right, have I got the old parts on? Let's just check. Yes, we do. Right. Quick practice. The FC points would be very big for me, because if we get absolutely nothing, it's going to make life very, very hard. And it's going to be a year where I'm not a huge advocate of the Gamba packs and the Gamba picks, but it's going to be a toss-up between Gamba or doing the player cards, the player SBCs. Going to be a big gamble. Lots of decisions that will need to be made. Lots of decisions. Lots of decisions. I'll have to be a little less sentimental with cards if I can afford to get rid of them. For example, I remember in FC24, I had that Dzeko sitting in the club. Literally from like weeks or for like 2 months. I didn't move him, he was just there sentimentally. We won't be able to do that on this one. The man is are you planning on both? Well, the Manchester United one. Are you planning on that being first owner as well? Because that'll be very hard to do first owner. To eventually get the cards. More tricky than the other one. Objecting season progress. Well, actually, thinking about it, not necessarily, because with your objective season progress SBC only RTG, how are you going to start the squad? Because do you count it where like with your starter packs, do you keep those? Because you got to start somewhere. If there's like a pack if there's an objective for a pack, any pack in objectives or SBCs, are you counting those as SBC cards? Would you be able to use those or not? Because if not, it's going to take a long time to get that one up and running. You're not going to be able to play on it, I'd say, for, well, a good while. We don't get any objective players for a good couple of weeks. SBC players, you might get one within a week or so. And season progress, you'll probably get a few loans, but the first season there'll probably only be the guy in the middle and the guy at the end. I think you'd have to allow yourself at least the points, maybe. To put a starter team together, possibly. Just to start building something. Unless you sell everything in the packs and then do a load of 2-player packs or something. You could sell everything you get in the packs and then just open 2-player packs, and whatever you get in there is your team until you have to do SBCs, objectives, etc. And then once you have the full 11, you can go into champs and rivals, maybe. It'll be gutting though if you get something great out of a. Well, I guess you probably wouldn't end up doing the objectives for the pack. Well, not objectives, but yeah. I mean, let's say you got an objective and you got a pack, and you say, I don't know, you got day 1 Mbappe, you wouldn't be able to use him. Right. Change the parts. Change the parts. Change the parts. Change the bloody parts, you imbecile. 35. Honestly, that one's dead now, so I'd say we just go to that one. We go to that one. That's almost dead. So we go to that one. Energy store is this one. Turbo is this one. Control electronics is this one. Gearbox is this one. Now, I do envisage that we are going to get a grid penalty today. Because I very much doubt they're going to let me off taking training getting packs to put those players into SBCs when they come out. I respect the grind. That's going to be a lot of work. The bronze RTG will be difficult, given that you probably will never have a competitive team until about in a year's time. Depends what they do with the thingy. Evos. Evos will be a very interesting. Very interesting to do what they do with the Evos. Of course, I won't be able to buy the Evos with points this year, so if I want an Evo card, I'm going to have to try and justify it. Well, it's going to be... I'll have to make the coins for it. Although we're not really going to be using the coins on much.
Hello everyone,
so.
It is a track the drivers know oh so well. It is qualifying in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I don't think they can do goalkeeper Evos. I just don't think it's in the code to allow them to do it. Spain. Do I fancy myself around Spain? Not really. I'm alright in Sector 1, Sector 2, but it's that Sector 3 where I'm not great. What? Okay. I forgot it just threw me into the middle of the... Just throws you into the middle of the... Oh my god, I've almost crashed into Ocon. I'm so sorry. Corner's flat now, that's nice. Nice, so the aero difference. Last year that wasn't flat, this year it is. Ooh, we're looking quick on those mediums. Where's Alonso gonna go? Okay, Alonso goes so much quicker than everyone else. My god. How does he do that, man? That is fucking insane. He just goes to everyone else, you know what, I'm going to go 8/10 of a lap quicker than everyone. Screw you all. He is on softs, but everyone else are on softs. You know, I don't mind that he's that much quicker than me, but the fact that he's put The fact that he's currently a second quicker than everyone bar Charles Leclerc is crazy. Either everyone's at a stinker of a lap, or Alonso has taken steroids and injected them into his internal combustion engine. Because he's going absolutely nuts at the moment. I could probably get through on the mediums again. I'm not going to, because I feel like I at least need to practice out on the softs. To see how it feels like on the softs. To see if we are ultimately as quick as Fernando Alonso, I suppose. There we go. Move that microphone a bit closer. Ooh, just a smidgen. It'll be because you're able to do all your upgrades very quickly, whereas the AI control team spread the upgrades out. Well, that's why I said we need to make advantage of where we are now, because the other teams are inevitably going to catch up, and I can't do any more upgrades onto the car now. I can't put. Okay, so we are actually as a team a second quicker than everyone else at the moment. I don't know where Max Verstappen is. He hasn't done a lap yet. Even he can't match us. Wow. That's crazy. So our battle at the moment, given that all those upgrades are coming through, our battle is pretty much might leave Max Verstappen behind on the battle. I mean, it may well be myself and Alonso battling to the death, which will be fun. At least we are going to have the tyres to do a couple of laps here. That wasn't particularly clean going through there. Oh, we binned it. Got on the grass, got on the grass, got on the grass. I could feel it. I felt it as soon as I got on that grass. Just the example of what's happened. Put the pad on the grass. Whee! Note to self, let's not do that again. I think this lap has been very scruffy. Sorry, Lando. Had to get out of the way somewhere. Right, let's try that again, shall we?
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Oh, 3/10 off of Fernando. 3/10 off of Fernando. Fuck. How quick we got to go, man. How much quicker? I mean, I know we would have taken a bit of life out of those tyres, but even so, he's just so monstrously quick in Sector 2. I don't know if I can find the time here. Alonso, he must have the Spanish siesta cheering him on or something, because he's going absolutely nuts around this track. Crazy nuts. "56 seconds to the line, plenty of time to the line." Oh dear, not like that, it's not. I can't be messing up when I'm not. I can't be messing up on the bloody preparation lap. Here we go. Oh, couldn't go any quicker, man. Oh, shit. Cannot control. Let's think this is... I think this is going to be a lonely P2 race. I cannot match his pace around this track. My God, is he mighty.
Goodbye for now.
My goodness, is he mighty.
Make sure you join us again for Lights Out
He's
tomorrow.
a second quicker than everyone bar 4 cars on the grid. He is like a beast unleashed. Why couldn't I have Stroll as my teammate? I should have taken the old timer out and replaced him. No, I decided to race with him. What a mistake that is. He's a fucking menace. He's so quick. So fast. Look at the smug little bastard sitting over there. Oi! Oi, Fernando. I slipped some sleeping pills in your whiskey. Fuck you. I put some laxatives in your paella. Have fun shitting yourself in the car, mate. Sorry, that was very disrespectful of me to an F1 great. Is Alonso an F1 great? I suppose so. He's won 2 World Championships. Won 2 World Championships and then got beaten by a rookie. I think I prefer the old style, I
Circuit of
think.
Barcelona Catalunya has been on the calendar for over 30
I
years
prefer
now,
shootout
and
qualifying
it has
where
served
you
up
had
some classics. Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari in 1996 in the rain.
if qualifying was up to me, it'd be championship order, out on the grid, out on the grid, championship order, 1 by 1 shootout.
9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging here, to put it mildly.
Maybe then get the top 10 to go out again, to get through, maybe a shootout to get through to the top 10, and then maybe you send the top 10 out again.
Here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Fernando Alonso lines up on pole position.
From,
Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes.
I don't know,
Alongside us for this
first
one is
fastest
Naomi
to
Schiff.
10th fastest.
I love this moment in the weekend. Put us in their shoes right now. What are they feeling on the grid?
What strategy can we do, please? Oh, I don't know, just a medium hard. I'm going to keep it there, but coming on lap 14 tactically, because that should mean that Fernando is pushed to lap 15 to pit, and we'll get 2 laps to undercut him. Yes, he did. You're right, he did. It very much used to be, here's an hour, go and set a time. The problem with that is, though, the reason why they changed it from that is because it wasn't great for the spectators. Because for 60% of the, especially these days, 60% of the time, the cars just wouldn't be out on track. They'd set 1 lap at the start, maybe there were a few go round in the middle, and then the last 5 minutes they'd all come out and set a lap. So it wouldn't work in this era because of track degradation and the tyres being a lot softer. It worked back in the day, you know, in the when they had the groove tyres, because those tyres weren't not as rubbery, not as grippy. So track degradation wasn't as high. You didn't really get the tracks ramping up as much because the tyre wasn't as grippy. I don't think that would... Is Fernando on a soft tyre? Fernando is on a soft tyre. Are people going soft hard, maybe? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I do not know about that. Running that soft didn't look great to me, personally. It looked like it would degrade quite a bit. For the benefit of science, I'm not going to change my setup. But let's just see what the soft would do. Look, the soft isn't going to go that far. To be fair, I should have probably checked that, but You take out that. To me, I think that I'm on a quicker strategy here. I'm more than happy for them to do that. If he wants to go and do a soft, I'm not going to do that.
And here we go. The formation lap gets underway here in Spain. This track offers a great variety of high speed, medium speed and low speed corners, allowing for some fantastic racing, which hopefully will continue on here today.
Unless they're seeing something that I'm not, of course.
We are almost ready to take the start of the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
The calculation says maybe he's two-stopping. Oh, I hope he is. That'd be fantastic if he is. That'd be brilliant because I'll smoke him. There's no way he gains back 24 seconds or 20 odd, 18, 20 odd second stop. If he wants to do a two-stop, he can crack on. There's the Duracell battery, the Williams. He two-stopped to the last race. Well, that was only because he came out on a wet track on hard tyres. This does, of course, mean that he is going to just take off into the sunset.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
We shall only see what happens.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
The wake of the car ahead, he's 2.5 seconds up the road. Good that we've got that gap to Leclerc and Perez and Verstappen, because they're all going to be scrapping now, and leaves us to basically do our own race. That was not a great corner. Alonso is now gapping us. He's not too far in front. Not too far in front. Leclerc's got back past Verstappen, which is good. Oh, into dust. And Alonso's not streaking. I mean, he's a couple of seconds ahead, but you'd expect it given that the tyre is about that much quicker anyway. But I very much expect my race isn't with Fernando Alonso today. And my race is going to be with the 3 blokes behind. Basically just trying to keep second place. Five seconds up now, Alonso. He's gaining a couple of attempts a lap, which isn't ideal, but tyre wear is, well, you know, I would imagine that their tyres will go off quite soon.
DRS is important, so let's try and be as consistent as possible with it, please.
I'll use it on the main straight then.
Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Almost 2 seconds now to Leclerc. Two and a half seconds now. Alright, now bomb. Now, lap 8 was the scheduled time for soft runners to come in, so that was on the 1 stop, on the 2 stop rather. We'll see. I think he will go soft hard, personally. Ooh, what's the yellow flag for?
Okay, clear.
Oh, it's Checo. I got hopeful there for a moment. I thought, oh! Was it Fernando? Yeah, the front left does take a beating on this track because it's a clockwise track. With a lot of fast sweeping right-handers like that.
Caution, caution.
There's Perez's sick Red Bull. I don't think we're going to be getting P1 this race. Personally, I don't see it. I think it's just going to be... What? I thought I did that. Oh, sorry. If Alonso could just have a cheeky lock-up and lose a couple of seconds, I'd be optimistic.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
How is he still finding the grip on these softs? I do not know. I mean, we're gapping Verstappen and Leclerc, so barring disaster, we should have this pretty much secured. But for this Mercedes PU, you do not know what's going to happen. He still hasn't even pitted, man. I'm pissing on lap 15 and this guy hasn't even put his bloody pit stop in yet. I don't know what he's done to his softs, but he's nursing them well. He's nursing them very well.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
I know, pal. I know I'm going to be on the hards. Alonso's a fucking cheat code. Is it your dog's birthday tomorrow?
Fernando ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 8.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 15.1. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. Fernando's in the pits.
Okay, so Alonso has come in.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap.
That's crazy how they've done that. I do not know how they would make that work. They must be running the tyres into like 70–80%. We're boxing this lap.
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race. Box, box, we're coming in this lap.
I think my race is with Verstappen now. He's on those mediums. These tyres are done. They're really done.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
These tyres are done.
We had an issue removing the left front wheel. I know it's not ideal, mate, but let's try and put it behind us and get back into this
Fuck's
race.
sake, man.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
I'm cutting grass. Verstappen did cut that time down a little bit.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Just got to hope that Norris can hold up or can battle with Verstappen a little bit here. Well, they're going to be on my tail very quickly. Looks like they're battling a little bit. Which is good. We like a battle. Bottas is out. Mechanical retirement or crashed out? If only that brought out the red flag, that'd be good. A red flag or safety car right
Yellow
now
flag.
would be perfect.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
There's Valtteri on the grass.
Green flag.
What a lonely race we're having. We've literally raced no one. We've just done 13 time trial laps. That's all we've done, really.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Well, not for long, because they're scrapping, so... They're scrapping. Alonso's gapping. We're taking P2. I guess we could try and go for a fastest lap. Don't know if I'd get it, but we can give it a go. Hey, no, we don't get the fastest lap. Fuck. What is the fastest lap? He's got it. A 132. No. A 113 flat. There's no chance. No chance. We'd need a rocket. Somebody call me a cake, somebody brought me a squirrel, and I'm fed on a gas for me.
Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. We need consistency, so let's try and stabilise them.
Brum brum. 11 laps to go. Alonso is pretty much a pit stop ahead of me now.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
No, I didn't want a box.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 20.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in first. Time last lap, 1.0.
Hey? His time last lap was a 1.0. That doesn't seem quite right.
Push, push, use your overtake button, let's go. There's a 20-second gap between you and the next car.
Itchy. What happens if you tell him
Got that, confirmed.
more updates? Does he actually give you any more updates?
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors. I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
That's not the update I wanted to hear. Somebody bought me a drink, somebody bought me a smoke, somebody went on the hell. It's for someone who's supposed to be giving me more updates. I think I've heard more out of someone who's mute. Oh.
Okay, really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean. Okay, copy that.
Fuck, I was changing my thing and forgot to brake. I was doing so well without a flashback. Oh. I was too busy not looking at the corner. Note to self, don't worry about the engineer. He doesn't give you any more information even if you ask him to. The engineer back in the day used to be, you used to be able to control it with a Kinect. I used to quite enjoy the Xbox Kinect actually. We had a fair few games on there. I guess the predecessor to the Kinect was the... Well, the PlayStation 2 had the iToy, didn't it? And the PlayStation 3 had a camera as well. Although I'm not sure if the PlayStation camera could do motion games. I had a friend who had an iToy. It was quite good actually, the iToy on PlayStation 2.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap.
5 laps to go. What do you think EA will... Hold on, I'll read on the main show.
Burn off some of this energy.
What do you think to EA adding punishment if you use a flashback? The game holds you for 1 second when you use it and other cars keep driving. I mean, it doesn't really well like that in any other game though, does it? Only if you do, only on like Mario Kart or something. I think they could only get away with warranting flashbacks if on a lower difficulty on the game, the AI made more in-game mistakes. A lock-up where they lose a second, or they go off where they lose a couple of seconds. The AI literally drives. Fernando Alonso today has driven 32, because minus his outlap, 32 qualifying laps. We'll have a look at his time after this. I can guarantee you every single one has been... There'll have been no anomaly. That's the word I'm looking for. There will have been no anomaly where he's made a bit of a mistake. I do think drivers need to have more crashes or more something. If there's a retirement, there needs to be more than a yellow flag, because most of the time a retirement in real life is a safety car or virtual safety car. I don't think we've had a safety car more than about twice in 2 seasons. I think we've had 2 red flags, one this year, one last year, and a couple of safety cars. We've had no safety cars this season, in season 2. But Norris and Verstappen have really held each other up now. Brought Lewis Hamilton back into the fray. He'll be sniffing for that podium. One night, one moment. Leave this way. This is a moment too special. Here we go then. Final lap of the race is upon us.
Final lap of the race. Final lap.
Do a bit of grass cutting. Oi. This really is Mercedes 2014 to 2016 pace. It really is. But they're finishing like 30 seconds ahead of their nearest rival. Team rather, that is. Whoa! We almost lost it then. You take a P2.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
What a drive! What a performance! Fernando Alonso takes victory!
Well done, Fernando. Well done,
And you can just see how
Fernando.
much this means to the fans as well. The energy that they were giving the driver all day today. A race win at home feels like 10 race wins elsewhere.
Oscar won driver of the day.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance and the
Well
final...
done, Alonso, pal. Well done, hey. Well done.
After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement.
Piastri
in
went up
Formula One.
5 spaces. Points. I'm surprised Alonso didn't lap anyone. He did. He lapped Kevin Magnussen. Wow. Where does that leave us in the standings, 8 points between myself and Alonso. 44 back from Verstappen, who did get onto the podium. Wow. What a podium. What a podium. Oh, we have another rating rivalry now. Experience goes up, racecraft, awareness, pace. Focus takes us to midway to 88 rated. Still a 44 to 56 split. Those are almost coming up to a 3, which is good. Not that we're going to need them because we can't upgrade the car anymore anyway, but nevertheless.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport. And to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.
Yeah. Whoops. Vehicle. I don't think we can get any more any more upgrades anyway. Nope. Nada. No comprende. No more upgrades for us. Unless Alonso is going to do one, which is locked. Which I don't think he will. Here we go then. Into Austria. See how this one goes for us. Oh, it's a sprint race. I forgot about that. Oh, wet in the sprint. Potentially wet in the race, drying up. Oh boy. Right, this could be exciting then. Quick practice. I mean, it doesn't really matter about the practice points now at all, does it really? Because we've got a load stacked up. Doesn't really matter about them at all in the grand scheme of things. So we can do that. We got most of the points. That's all right. Didn't realise this is a sprint. It's all right. We got plenty of time to do a sprint. We're not working tomorrow, so we got plenty of time. 2,000 points in the bank. I guess most of those would go towards keeping the car for next season now, probably. Not that we're doing another season anyway, but I suppose it'd be nice to do that. Rightio then. We've got sprint qualifying. Let's go. I'd like to say my pace around this track is pretty good.
It is a short track. It is high.
Oh, I didn't change my parts. Oh, I didn't change my parts. Oh dear. Oh no. 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 Oh, I'm so done with this game. I'm so done with this game. I mean, at least it's only sprint, right? So I don't care too much about it. No. A penalty? Why would I get a penalty starting at the back of the grid? I haven't left the garage yet. It makes it a bit more challenging, I suppose. I mean, Fernando Alonso is just going to slap everyone up again, isn't he? So I doubt it's really going to make too much of a difference whether we start second, first, or wherever. He's still going to absolutely destroy us wherever. Luckily, the other components will be okay for a race, but luckily it's a sprint. Although it'll probably stick us at the back of the grid for some reason. It will find a way to screw me. What are the other parts looking like? I mean, that's 38, that's 57, 23, 53, 48, and 33. Like, it's not terrible. We'll be okay with those. The weather is going to make this sprint race interesting. We could easily make up some ground if the weather is dodgy. Into this eternal doom of loading. Hate this loading screen so much.
So it is all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy.
Shut up.
And we welcome you to...
It's going to be sprinkling with rain though. Everyone else has got medium. Do I trust my weather forecast? Do I trust the weather forecast? I don't think I'm going to have a choice. I think I'll have to trust it. We'll have to try something different. Because if we're at the back of the grid anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's the sprint.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint.
All we need to win is the feature race. We don't care about the sprint race, really. If there was an option to simulate the sprint race, I would. I'm hoping the rain comes and it's enough to put people onto inters.
We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid.
I hope.
With the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
And we can get a better start and get ahead of some of these people. I don't like that I'm on the inside though. I'd rather be on the outside. But we should be smoking these early. We should be smoking. We should be able to get up into the top 5 here. Easily.
We're accumulating somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Collision.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Did you see that then? I almost died. Who was that moved out like that? He's turning right. He's turning right. When it's a... Wait, he's almost killed me.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
The other way, Valtteri.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
No, that was suicidal. That was not good racing from me. Sorry. That's really dirty for me. I don't know how I've not died. Sorry, Oscar. It's terrible racing for me. Jesus. Where's this rain, man? It's not coming, is it? It's not gonna fucking come. Damn it, and he got the fucking DRS there as well? Fuck's sake.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Please come down. Oh, it's getting grey. Oh, it's getting grey. Oh, it's getting grey.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Got Nico Hulkenberg all over me at the back here. all over my back. Right, this has got to be it now on Piastri. We're coming past Oscar, mate.
Okay, good work. Great pass. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.6 seconds.
We're still not even in the points. Where's this rain, man? Where's this rain? I thought the rain was coming.
Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
What? Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain.
We're catching the car ahead. Well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. Right, the gap's to the teammate ahead of us. 10.
Here
0.4
comes the
seconds.
rain.
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form. Be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point.
Someone's died. I think it will. I think it 100% will. So much so.
Pitting this lap then.
Look at
Coming
the
to the
box.
pits at the end of this lap. Okay, I've got information on Joe for you. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
I'm getting bumped and bashed from all fucking angles here.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
I'm just going to risk it because I'm not really going to get into the points anyway, so...
Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted
I'm going to
with
risk
that.
it.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
What have I got to lose? Nothing. If anything, it could have done with coming a little bit quicker, this rain. I do think it's the quickest tyre.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 10.2 seconds.
They've now disabled the DRS as well. I don't think they'll come in with 2 laps to go though, that's the problem.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled. I've got information on Stroll. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
Again, if this was a real life race, I'd be catching so much quicker because they'd be tiptoeing around these corners. They would have no grip. Zero grip. But instead they're all going to stay out. Which is a shame.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
We had to try something, it didn't work. We might get a few spots here at the end, but it's not going to be points, is it? No doubt Alonso's about 15,000 seconds ahead.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Yep, no surprise there, Alonso wins.
And gap to the car in front, 2.6 seconds.
We tried it. It didn't work, unfortunately.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Unfortunately, it didn't work. The strategy did. I mean, I got driver of the day somehow. I'm not sure how I got driver of the day, really, but fair dues.
So, with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying and, of course, the main event. This weekend's Formula One
He
Grand
gained
Prix.
twice, just racing a second a lap quicker than everyone, man. It's not fair how quick he is. Is this how quick he's going to be for the rest of the year? If it is, we're fucked. We will not be able to keep up with him. If he's going to be a second quicker than everyone else, if I can't out-qualify him, he's just going to win every race. Oh, this is depression.
Hello everyone, welcome to Austria. It is a short track, it is high speed, it is exactly what we enjoy for qualifying.
2 games, 4 assists for Joao Neves at PSG. Amad Diallo has now clarified it was not his biological mother who passed away, it was his stepmother. Tell you what, those people's FPL player who's their £4 million bargain on the bench or their £4 million bargain from Brighton, who they thought was going to be starting left back, has left the club. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it, mate. Get those minus points.
We've been pushed down to P17.
Oh, wow, we're only 0.9 away from Alonso there. Wow, maybe we will be able to dominate this race. We need to be able to. How far ahead were he? Okay, Leclerc is kind of within pace. So we got some runners still to go. We do. Let's see. Ooh. Come on, lads. Someone's got to bring up the rear here. Someone's got to get close. Whoa, did I just see a Mercedes in the drop zone then? Lewis Hamilton, he would have been out. That Haas car's a bit of a menace, you know, now. The Haas car is now quicker than the McLaren. McLaren have dropped back into being a bit of a mid-table car. Now I'm tempted to also do Q2 on the medium tyre. So then it's a short track. Oh no, I can't. It's been returned. Fuck. That's unfortunate. I was going to do the medium on so I could have 3 shots on the softs, but unfortunately it doesn't happen that way. Right, we can take some fuel up. Oh no, we've got the less fuel we can. Okay, but we only need the 1 run here. We don't... The 1 here. Unless we make a monumental mistake. That's interesting. My battery still doesn't go to 100% anymore. This is because it's at 54%, that's why. Let's not use it any more than we have to then.
That's P13.
Ooh, we went top with that lap. That was with no ERS, no nothing. I'm being a bit scruffy. Alonso was... I think we can beat Alonso to pole position here today. I think we can beat Alonso to pole position. Look at those McLarens. They are on the bubble. Thank God I didn't go and join Ferrari, by the way. Because I think both of them have just been eliminated in Q2, hey? Oh no, Leclerc's pumped up a lap. One of the McLarens is out, and Yuki Tsunoda is gone. Wow, Haas are on the charge. I can almost bet you by the end of the season, Haas are the 4th quickest car. Or 3rd. Guess I can do 3 laps here. I think I've got enough time to do 3 laps. I can do an old lap, and then new lap, new lap. That's if it doesn't start raining. Those skies look a little bit grey. Ooh, wow. That was an old set of tyres and we went quicker than them both. Really? By some time as well? That can't be accurate. I'm just going to go straight out again. Because that sky looks dodgy to me. That looks like a little bit brighter this lap.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Woo! That's a lap. That's a big lap. Big lap. Have I got enough time to go out again? I absolutely do. And I will go out again. Go, go. Another 2 tenths off. Should be pole.
Excellent lap.
Get in.
We're all very, very pleased with that one.
We
Nice
needed that.
work.
We
Come
needed
on,
that.
see you back
We
in the
needed
pits.
that. We needed that. We got pace around this track. We've got pace. The Red Bull's a lot closer. I was pole anyway, but it's nice to get quicker. To say I'm half a second a lap quicker than him, if we could stay that way in the race, that'd be fantastic. It's not going to happen, but if we could, that'd be brilliant. We're going to get some more racecraft though. And on to the big one. Now remember last year our tactic with Fernando Alonso Napoli have made a €25 million bid for Scott McTominay. Why? I think I don't get is why do Napoli, a prestigious club like Napoli, want to sign Scott McTominay? Now, this is going to be another one where rain could be a bit of a factor here, and I'm going to play a strategy that will hopefully accompany it. If that means we have to take some pain, it means we have to take some pain. We got to take risks. Sometimes just copying Fernando isn't enough. Sometimes you have to do opposite to him. The risk we paid in the sprint race almost worked. If the rain would have come a lap or two earlier, I think the AI would have pitted. And
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit
we would have
that
been in a
one
better
form
position.
or the other has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. Off the
Formerly
back of a
known
fantastic
the A1
qualifying
ring,
session,
this
it's time to
circuit,
see
of
how our
course.
starting grid looks like
Back
for
in the early
today's race.
2000s.
Davidson lines up on pole position. Welcome to
The good news is we got away with that engine component change in Canada. No penalty ever taken for that.
Well, it's all about forgetting last time because that was a bit of a shocker. How do they change the story today?
You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it.
Shut up, Davidson. Right, now, here's my thinking. Oh, it's not actually showing that much rain now. Oh. What I wanted to do was that. Well, that would have been that 20. Although that wouldn't even push that far into the rain. If we went to like lap 25, then went to a soft maybe for the last 10. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe do take it to medium and bring it to like lap 24. Actually, no, bring it to lap 22. We start asking around lap 20 if there's going to be rain. If there is, then we push them out a bit. If there isn't, then we come in on lap 22. That's the plan. How many laps is this race? 36. It is a very juice-hungry race, though. So we'll go 37.5 laps of fuel. Remember, we will probably not have the pace to race Alonso at the start. I don't think anyone else would have done the alternate strategy. They have not. Some of them might even be going medium soft.
Gets underway, and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out.
I am gambling on them being some rain. How much rain, I don't know. But there might be some.
So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right and which teams have got it horribly wrong?
This could go really badly. This could go really badly. This is again gambling strategy. He's going to get a better start than I am.
We're accumulating somewhere on the MG UK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Shut up. You think you'll be at the top 5 by lap 10? Possibly.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Come on. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. The energy stores depleting, reducing our overall capacity.
Shut up,
The more
man.
charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Stating the bloody obvious all the bloody time. Your car's parts are wearing.
Okay, some information on Gasly. They're retiring from the race. Caution, caution. Okay, clear.
Could it be a plan here just to let Max go? Try and just slipstream from behind him? At least now we're going to get some DRS. Just jump into the fucking wall. Oh, what am I doing? Use some ERS here.
Dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Shut up. Let me just use my DRS. Leicester signed Jordan, are you? I hope they haven't signed him in the hope that he's going to keep them up, because I really doubt he is. His best days was certainly at... Now, was he the one that was at Swansea? Or was that his brother that was at Swansea? I can never remember.
Ahead, 2.7 seconds. Okay, mate. Right, we've got a full battery, which means we can use more of it to gain performance. Let's go.
What did his brother? What's his brother's career path then? Andre, are you? Okay, Alonso is starting to just eke out that gap a little bit now. Oh, maybe. Also, both of them were at Swansea at some point then.
Time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
Don't actually mind if Verstappen has a go at it.
Okay, unlucky, mate. It was a good try, but we didn't quite meet our targets. Not to worry. Get your head down and chin up, and let's focus right the way into the checkered
Oh
flag.
my god, my car just bounced. I've technically cheated a little bit there, but alright. It's only a game. Alonso's running away with the win once again. We will be quicker at the end of the race, so there is a chance we can make that time back up.
Five minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain.
You're kidding me. Only 5 minutes? That's not going to be enough. Hopefully it's just light rain at the start. Hopefully.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
I don't want to use the overtake button a bit more. Those grey clouds are coming in. Oh, I've just looked at the looking at the bloody laps instead of the corner. That helps. Just trying to remember what the strategy on the mediums had the pit lap under. I have a feeling it might have been 16. Will the rain hold off long enough then to come in on dries? Don't know. I do not know. Kinetic energy in GUK. It's 60. It's alright, 60%. It'll be fine. Gapping Verstappen and
dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
They're getting gapped, which is good. Gap still maintained at Alonso to about 5 seconds. No rain yet, which is good. Do I dare ask for a weather update? It certainly looks a lot greyer at the top of the track than it does down at the bottom.
Don't think it's going to stay dry for much longer. The rain could come at any moment, so watch out. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
I cross my fingers and hope to die.
Okay, mate, let's be a bit more careful about where and when we use ERS, and let's try and be consistent as you use it moving forward.
I don't think the AI is clever enough to read the forecast and change their strategy, you see. So I think if it's not raining by 16, I think Alonso comes in. Personally.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, here comes the rain.
Fernando is in for his stop.
I told you they'd do it. Now we need it to rain a little bit harder here. Otherwise it's not really going to have any effect at all. Other than Alonso going to get held up maybe. We don't just want a drizzling. We want it to bucket down very, very soon. There's no concerns in my tyres. We know our tyres are good for a bit. We're only just on 30%.
Okay, well, it wasn't to be this time.
Damn it, I
Not
forgot to
worry,
use the
there's a long way
ERS.
to go in this race, so let's focus.
Well, what I need to happen is the rains come down, everyone else pits, and I'll therefore be 13 seconds ahead of them.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Definitely a bit slippy out here, but I don't want to come in too early. That's the problem.
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain.
Just
okay,
light
dry
rain.
seemed like the best tyre for now.
I need a bit more than just light rain, game. I'm going to need a little bit more than just light rain.
Okay, track conditions aren't improving. It's your choice as to whether you want to fit full wets next time you come in.
Full wets? I don't think it's going to be full wets, my friend. Intermediates maybe. Does seem to be raining a little bit harder now.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
It's raining, but just not enough for intermediates, I don't think. I think it's very much on the bubble right now.
Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Push now, we're boxing this
What
lap.
do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we give it another couple of laps, see if it's any worse? And then maybe come out on a soft?
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
That's the thing, they're not stopping DRS, are they? So they don't even think it's that wet. It's not really affecting my braking times on these tyres, to be honest.
Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
I think we're going to leave it a couple of laps and come in on
I
the
know
soft.
these conditions are tough, but bear with it. I don't think the track's ready for intermediates yet.
And I would have to agree with you, pal. I don't think the track is ready for inters. But is it ever going to be ready for inters? If we're going to take the softs, I think we need to pit in on lap 26. So we got 3 more laps to see if the rain gets any worse.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick
It's
one.
definitely
Let's go.
worse at the top of the hill than at the bottom. We come out in P3. We'll be a couple of seconds behind Verstappen.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
That corner's definitely getting trickier.
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Hello, Pops. Okay, so this is the lap where we've got to decide.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.3 seconds.
Do we come in? I mean, we've got to come in. Is it going to be an Inter or is it going to be a soft? I think it might be a soft.
ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there. You're doing
The rain's
well.
not going to get
Dry's
any
definitely
heavy.
seem like the
heavier.
fastest tyre at the moment.
Yeah, we've got to come in on the soft then.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there. You're doing well. Okay, off we go. Back into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
We've just
Look
got to
after
chase
these tyres
Verstappen.
now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
These conditions are not easy on these softs, you know. This will be close to get Verstappen.
But we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Right, a gap to the teammate ahead of us. 16.1 seconds.
I don't much care about this pit stop length of bloody Alonso. He's OP and is probably going to win the championship.
Okay, gap ahead, 4.2 seconds.
I don't think we're going to catch Verstappen here. I don't think there's enough time. The track is just too wet.
Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Of course, our other hope is that it does get a bit wet and the others come in on an inter maybe. But I don't think that's going to happen either. The AI are just OP in the wet. They drive like it's dry conditions.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Gonna have to settle for a P3 here, I think. Alonso yet again is going to win by a country mile. If it were dries, I don't even think we would have got close to him.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.0 seconds.
I think he's just too cracked. He's way too good in this car. He's just unbeatable. My only hope is at the end of this season he starts taking engine penalties and gets blocked behind people. And in the meantime we keep coming in the top 3 to manage him. And we hope some of the others catch up.
It looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
I still think I would have been better on an Inter here. Clouted the fucking barrier. Gotta be careful now. Oh, Verstappen's lapping people again. The last thing we want to do is bin away a P3. We do not want to do that. Oh, our strategy again. We had to risk it.
9.6 seconds.
It almost worked. The rain just didn't come enough. It didn't rain heavy enough. But it's a lesson learned. When it says light rain, don't change your strategy. Because you likely won't need, the AI just will not pit and you won't need to pit either.
Okay, final lap.
My
Let's
rears
go.
are
Final lap.
absolutely tanked. Is that still Gasly? Oh no, it's Ocon behind me. Hello, Esteban. You've crept up out of nowhere again. Well, we'll take the P3. We'll take the P3.
Well done, mate. Well done. That's a great finish. You've really stepped up and achieved what we asked
The
you
one
to
and a
do
half seasons
today,
at
so
United
good
have won
job.
the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, League Cup, Premier League, Super Cup, Community Shield twice, and the European South American Club Challenge.
Fernando Alonso has done it, and he takes the win.
Yeah, fuck off, Alonso, mate.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today. Been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. Can't wait to see what's
Where does
next.
that leave the standings? 11 points between myself and Alonso. Wow. Okay. Let's get a thumbnail. Did I actually go wheel to wheel with him at any point? Did I go wheel to wheel with anyone at any point? Surely Verstappen got wheel to wheel here. Did he? Did he have a little look? Oh, he did. He was there, but sort of. Oh. I didn't then send up the inside rim, did I? There was definitely a lap where I had a move on him. Yeah, maybe? I never got close to him to get a thumbnail. Did he get close again? Surely he had a little look here. Surely I had a look here. I don't know what Verstappen did here. Am I going to have to do a thumbnail where I'm just sat behind him? Like that, maybe. Might have to do. Because I don't think there's anywhere else I've really raced any of them in the race. I know I'll shove it up there. Doink. 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 Prediction for United versus Brighton tomorrow. Are we away? I think are we away from home? I can't quite remember. Yes. I mean, Brighton not good. Can I make two predictions? If we start Joshua Zirkzee, I think we win 2-1. If we don't start Joshua Zirkzee, I think we draw 1-1. It is an Estoril shirt. Yep, Estoril. Big up to the Portuguese. Oh, we got 3,500 experience. That's going to boost our rating up a bit. Look at that smirky little prick. Ooh, we got R&D rush. Shame we can't actually purchase any R&D. Maybe I should have got rid of Alonso and put Lance Stroll in the car. My teammate. Oh, the British Grand Prix ain't going to go well, is it? We already know that. That's another win for Fernando Alonso. When are we going to start getting good again? Alonso's doing an upgrade somewhere. Oh, he's doing that one. The engine cover. He can still do upgrades. It's just me that can't. Not high enough a claim. Right. I mean, we're cruising the constructors. It will be close with Alonso. I'm just thinking about races here that we were any good in. Austria was a good one for us last year. But then we had a really bad run. A really bad run of things. Going into Great Britain and Hungary, we were nowhere. But the car is a lot better. Belgium, I remember Alonso absolutely ran away with things. Monza, we were fantastic. Azerbaijan, we weren't bad. Singapore, we were good. USA, we broke down, but we were going into the lead. Mexico, we were good. Brazil wasn't fantastic. Vegas, we dominated. We DNF'd Qatar. That was a shambolic race. And I think we were quite close. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have this. I really don't. I think it'll be very, very, very close. I think it's going to depend on reliability. A lot of things it's going to depend on. And now we don't even have a Verstappen now to take some points off of him. It's just me versus him. Which isn't going to be easy. That is not going to be easy. I'm not going to go and do the British Grand Prix now. I could do, but I'm not going to because I'm tired and I need to be at tip top. What I probably will do is go and do some practice laps around Silverstone just to get myself up to speed because I know it's a weak track. So I'll do some practice in the background for Silverstone and Hungary. And I would say Silverstone is probably a balanced track, and I'd say Hungary is probably max downforce. So I'll do some practicing in the F1 wildcard maybe, and do some time trial. But that is going to be it for today's F1, ladies and gentlemen. For those watching on Twitch, thank you very much for watching live. For those watching on YouTube, if you made it to the end, which I very much doubt you will have done, but if anyone on the odd chance did, if you are new around here, make sure to give us a sub. Subscribe if you're new. I just said that. Give us a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.